This is the RIOT podcast. Hi. Welcome back from Groundhog Day, the Super Bowl.
You know, a pretty busy
weekend.
End
of January.
All the fun stuff.
Let's see. Nintendo Switch Pro, no.
So in this podcast, we'll obviously be talking a lot about the Super Bowl, the commercials, the food and stuff. So while you're listening to the podcast, hop over to RadioU RIOT on our Facebook page, and you can let us know what your favorite food was and your favorite commercial from last night.
And you can see the yummy food that Nikki made.
I made some good food. Mm-hmm. I've got chicken wings down. Like, I make them in the oven, actually, instead of the air fryer, and I'm pretty good. I'm always looking for, like, a new sauce.
Okay.
So if anybody has any sauce ideas, I make it with Frank's Red Hot sauce and butter. Like, that's amazing.
That sounds good.
But I need to branch out. I need to start trying new ones.
Other things in the podcast today, Obadiah and Nikki search for a hot wings recipe. No. But feel free to send yours in. Groundhog Day, we get a look back at that. The Domino's pizza engagement ring. We talk the Fast and Furious 9 trailer, or F9, as they say.
It's called.
We talk about the new Bond movie. How
long is it? It's a new game.
Taking a nap at the Super Bowl.
I like that guy.
Gym clothes, Nintendo Switch, TikTok, and a few other things.
That's a good show.
So you guys enjoy today's podcast.
Mm-hmm. I know everybody's probably a little tired, but maybe may the podcast energize you.
Absolutely.
And help you with your day.
May you feel as energized listening as we were making it. Actually, never mind. Not that.
We don't want that.
Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy?
No. RadioU.
Let's talk about Nike's VaporFly shoes. Remember those? We've kind of talked about them.
They're the ones where they set a lot of records last year.
They did.
To the point where people are wondering if it's legal for them or if it's right for them to be included in competitions.
So this is fascinating. They say that the World Athletics, like the association or whatever, is not going to ban these shoes from competition. But most of the world records so far that have been set in those shoes are going to be, like, null. They're going to cut them out. Well, and here's the reason why. Because, well, all right, let me rephrase that. Maybe not all of them. You have to look on a case-by-case basis, but it comes down to, were the shoes available to everyone
at that time when the record was made?
Yeah. So, like, for example, I'm going to get his name wrong, but Eliud Kipchoge, he's the guy who set the 2-hour marathon that made big headlines. Mm-hmm. He was wearing Nike's VaporFly shoes, but he was wearing the quote unquote Alpha Flies. They were a prototype. So they were not available to everyone.
To all the runners.
So they're basically saying that this Nike competitive advantage at the time, it was an advantage because not everyone could get them. Now, if they're available to everyone,
then you could run them again.
Yes.
Wow, that kind of makes sense.
It does, because, in the one case, it is it's
a prototype.
Arguably unfair advantage. And now they're saying, no. As long as everybody can get it, then we will allow it. The only thing that it doesn't do is that you look at historic records as far as speed and stuff goes, and it's like, well, is this guy actually faster than somebody that set a record in the 60s?
Or does he just have more available to him to enhance his time?
Yeah. The other side of that, though, is you don't want to hold back too much. Like, you want to allow people, if it's going to be advancement in certain kinds of tech or whatever, because you could argue like, well, you've got a sweat whisking shirt and they had to wear cotton.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why they have to just do a blanket thing of, if it's available, then you can. If it's not, you can't. But if you're sponsored by someone and they're like, you're the guinea pig, you're the one running the race, they're going to try out new tech on you.
Yeah.
But now might not be the case.
Well, if you've been considering the Nike VaporFly
for your next marathon or record-winning race, who are we kidding? We're not even.
Man, you should see those shoes. Like, the heel on those shoes is so big. It's enormous.
And you're like, what advantage does it really give you? The records that they were winning with these shoes was actually quite something. So
they have a percentage that it basically, there's almost a spring in the shoe. It's not that, but it's a similar kind of idea, and it returns something like 5% more energy back into your
So you're faster.
step. So you're a little bit faster, and it's like, well, 5%. No, 5% across 26 miles. Yeah.
That'll help.
I'll just tell you, there's something there.
So that's what the update is if you were following that last year.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
I know that it seems like it's a long way off, that you have plenty of time, that it's no big deal, but I'm here to tell you, as your friend, that it's just around the corner and you need to wake up. I'm, of course, referring to Valentine's Day.
It's almost here.
It's almost here. Have you made plans? Have you thought it through?
So it's not this Friday, but it's next Friday.
It's next Friday. That's sooner than you think it is.
It is. This month will go by quick, guys.
It totally will. So you got to make some plans. Now, Nikki, what are you planning to do for me?
For you, I wasn't sure. You haven't talked about what you would like.
Okay.
You want a breakfast thing or like a coffee thing or what can we do?
Well, okay. I noticed that you chose breakfast options, but I want to be celebrated all day.
All day?
Yeah.
You want balloons or you want like a gift card? You want a movie?
I want all of those.
You want all of it? You want to be treated well, don't you?
What if we did this? Okay, I'm usually here by 6. What if we had a gift every hour?
Ooh.
Like you had an every hour, like at
Something
the top of
little
the hour.
special
I would
thing.
have something. No, not little special, just special.
Okay, just something special throughout each hour.
Yeah. And I'm usually awake for probably, let's just call it 18 hours a day. So, I mean,
So
that'd
if I
just
shoot
be
for 18 gifts?
Just be 18 gifts. Now, I'm not going to spend the whole day with you, but if you could go ahead and wrap them up and then put a timestamp on each one.
On
so
each
that
hour?
way I'll know.
Wow,
Okay, well, this is the 6 p.m. gift.
I love the ideas that you're coming up with. It actually seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting on you anticipating me to do all of that. So I'm not sure.
Well, the last couple of years, you've really dropped the ball. Seem a little more focused on Eric.
Yeah, not so much you, and that's my bad.
Right, but see, here's the great thing is that I'm telling you now so that you have time to get focused.
Okay, all right. Well, is there anything you just need to, maybe before, Valentine's Day, you just let me know, like what type of chocolates are we wanting? I got 18 gifts.
I love a chocolate and peanut butter.
Okay, that's your best combination.
Absolutely.
I got 18 little slots that I need to fill in.
You keep using the word little.
Well, I thought we were supposed to do a little throughout the whole day. Like
but
our
then
meals.
it'll end on one big spectacular?
Yeah, or you don't know what'll be the big ones throughout the day.
So it could be at any time?
Yeah.
So you definitely want to put it towards the end of the day because you got to build anticipation.
I do. I don't want to give you the best gifts early and then just have it go downhill.
Because once I unwrap that 2-week first class trip to Japan, it's going to make those Reese cups seem pretty low-key.
No. I think you should.
Pretty low-key.
I think the bigger gift was going to be the chocolate and peanut butter, and that would have been about it.
Yeah.
No one say anything about trips.
You know what, Nikki? I just want you to know that the measure you use to give is how it will be given to you.
Oh, really?
So
18 little gifts. Let me write that down.
please do. Hey, actually, that's a freebie. That's a pretty good one. Like
That
if you've
is.
got, a special someone in your life, having 18 little gifts, and you're like, that's a lot of work.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're not worth it, are they?
That's why you're
That's
starting
the message
now.
you should communicate.
And again, like I was saying, it doesn't have to be 18 huge gifts. This 18 tiny little nice things that mean a lot to the person
Right.
that you are buying them for.
Plus, you got to keep this in mind. What you do is you give it to them early, maybe even a couple days early, so that they build anticipation, because they say that every time they think of the exciting thing that you're doing for them, that's like doing it again. So like you actually want to build anticipation. So like if you have something planned, you want them to know early so they can look forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
And et cetera, et cetera. And so the idea of them having to open that gift like every hour, that's actually, it's gold.
That's exactly what it's gold, Jerry.
It's gold, Jerry.
It's absolutely gold.
It's gold.
You're like, thank you, Obadiah and Nikki, for the best Valentine's Day ideas ever.
That's what we're here for.
You're welcome, but just remember, we're closer to it.
A Rotten Tomatoes score so high, they refuse to make it public. The Riot on RadioU.
Okay, I hope he doesn't want us to keep this quiet, but we got to our news guy, Nick. He's getting his gallbladder removed.
Yeah, later today.
And I'm Googling, can you keep your gallbladder after surgery?
I don't think you're allowed to do that for after surgery for anything, are you?
I want to see. Can you keep my appendix? Can I keep my gallstones? Can patients keep, how much for like their excised parts?
Ew.
That's a great thing.
No, it's not.
What? William Shatner sold a kidney stone?
Why?
$25,000.
Ew.
Generally, many hospitals are willing to return everything from tonsils to kneecaps after a pathologist examines the removed parts and takes whatever samples are necessary for hospital records. The patient can walk away with the rest. You could get it in a jar.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to do with it?
You show it to people.
Like leave it at your house? Oh, that's weird. And
No.
Years
You take
later,
it to school.
when you die, like then your family has to deal with that. Don't take it home. Leave it at the hospital.
No.
Let it just
Keep
go
it.
in the trash.
Keep it.
What? It's just not necessary.
You should totally do it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Do you have to bring your own jar, or do they give you a jar? Because I got those mason jars.
I'll bet you. Ooh, you know what? It's probably going to depend on the hospital.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't want them to provide the jar because that's going to be $100,000.
Yeah, but your insurance will pay for it.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
They have to reevaluate you the next time your insurance is up.
Whoa. So now, the only thing is, though, like this is an article specifically about kidney stones. Who cares? I want
The
to know
gallbladder?
if Nick can keep his gallbladder. And then I want to know if we can use it to clone another Nick.
No and no.
No? You
No,
don't think
let's
so?
just let him have his surgery and recover. Let's not bother him with those details today.
Let's call him. Because he hasn't had the surgery yet.
Yeah, but he was
Now's the
so
time.
up on morphine this morning.
He's gonna be.
He won't remember any of it.
I'll tell you what. He's high as a kite right now, and he's going
That's
to be.
when you get the stuff
That's
done.
right. That's right. That's when we call him. Like, all right, Nick, you need to tell them you're going to need the gallbladder back,
and you're going to sign it off to us, so we get to keep it, and it
Right.
stays in the studio.
and that way, think about it this way: we put it here, and if anybody asks, you were here all day.
You were at work. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
It's not a lie.
It's not.
That's how you get out of work without
put
getting in trouble.
I put my gallbladder in a drawer upstairs, so if anybody asks,
Oh, no, set it out on the desk. They're like, Nick's here.
No, because you don't let them know that it's there. And so you could literally say, like, yeah, I came in at like 4:30.
And then that way they're
It's like I never leave.
That way they want to run a lie detector test. Like, let's say it gets that big.
Yeah.
And they're like, here, swear to me. And you have to go in and take it, and you pass it because you're not
They just don't
lying.
understand how it's possible.
And they're like, how are you doing
How do you
that?
do this?
It's because it's all there.
It's perfect.
Oh, my gosh. It's amazing.
Perfect. We're doing this.
It's such
We're
a good
doing
idea,
this.
but it's such a bad idea. But it's so great. But it's all wrong.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
This is what we are giving you today.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Anybody pay attention to Groundhog Day yesterday?
It was
No,
actually
nobody did.
Groundhog
Nobody
Day.
did. Everybody was just like, what? It's the Super Bowl today.
Well, not right thinking it's talking about the Jeep commercial, but it was actually Groundhog Day.
I want you to know yesterday was Groundhog Day. It's February 2nd every year. And they say that the groundhog saw... Did he see his shadow?
Well,
Which
no,
one
it
is
was
it?
the one with spring, so spring should come
That's what I
early.
was going to say. It's going to be early spring, but I don't know what that means. Was it he sees his shadow or doesn't?
I don't think he saw a shadow,
Okay.
but I'm not 100% sure.
The groundhog allegedly did not see his shadow, meaning there will be an early spring. Cool.
Yay.
I'm up for early spring. Could we have an extended spring? Last year, our spring lasted, at least in our area, approximately 11 days.
It wasn't. Oh, and then it just got so hot.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember how hot it was in like May?
So early.
Yeah. You know, we could
Well,
do
let's
without
see.
that.
Is pull the groundhog back out? Let's ask for some more details.
I want to talk to him about it.
It's like
Now,
we're not done.
They say that only the groundhog's inner circle gets an opportunity to observe his behavior when he emerges on that day, which I'll tell you what, where I know they had the Groundhog Day commercial yesterday. I know they had the Groundhog Day movie, but the next Groundhog Day movie, I think, is all about a cult that has been going on for generations.
In this small town.
In this small town where they have like this deal with the devil, but it's not the devil. It's like, it's the groundhog. And so his inner circle are actually like they look like everything's going great, but they're actually these tortured individuals that has been passed down from generation to generation. Wait for it. I'm not done.
Okay.
And then an outsider comes and falls in love with the
Phil.
daughter of somebody that's in this group. And he breaks her out, but it also breaks the groundhog, whatever, and they have to try to escape with their lives.
That's a bit intense of a Groundhog Day
at
look.
the end of the movie, all of Punxsutawney falls like into a black hole or something.
No, it just disappears. It's just gone. It was never there.
It's like, what's the place in Virginia? The Roanoke. It's just gone.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if it feels right, but with the right director and the right writers.
Listen, we're just spitballing here. Like, we're going to have to work this a little bit.
You're going to have to see and maybe develop the idea.
Then we're going to have to listen to all these people that are protesting, like, how dare you say this? It's just a nice tradition. It's just something fun.
Well, look up almost every tradition, see what it's rooted in. Evil.
She ain't lying about that, guys.
That's why it became a tradition.
It's not. Nikki's telling some truth on that one.
So we're not too far off with Obi's movie idea.
Yeah, it's fine. No big deal.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on Radio U.
Guys, don't tell me that romance is dead, because it's not. Because I can tell you right now that the people in Domino's, Australia...
Are they showing that it's not and it's alive and well?
Nikki, they're keeping love alive.
What are they doing?
Well, I'll tell you what they're doing. They got a little engagement ring there that is an 18-karat yellow and white gold base of a handcrafted pizza slice that you have to win the engagement ring. You can't
it's cute, actually. It's quite a cute ring.
Would you wear it?
Not as like... my actual engagement ring, but like on the fun side of the other hand. It'd be like your fun ring.
This is the fun one.
But I mean, at $9,000, you could also sell that thing too. So that's an option.
Now, keeping in mind that you have to win it, and you have to be in Domino's, Australia. But it's a nice one. So
the ring it's a pizza slice on top, and it's made out of cheese and pepperoni rubies, designed by Domino's, and it's their Valentines Day promotion.
It's nice.
And it's worth about $9,000.
Oh, yeah. So
how are they saying they're giving it away? Here it is. For a chance to win the slice of a lifetime, applicants must submit a 30-second video explaining how they would evolve a Domino's pizza if they did a engagement with someone.
That's a lot of work.
Like how they would put pizza in it.
It's a lot of work because, again, whenever you give it to her, she's not, just like Nikki said, she's not going to wear it. She's not going to take it seriously. So you still are going to have to buy an engagement ring.
Well, this might tide you over for a little bit. It could be good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a possibility.
So the happy couple that wins, you get the ring right before your big moment, and the winners will be provided with catered pizzas on your wedding day. The entries close on the 12th, and then the winners will be announced in secret, so it doesn't surprise when that person actually proposes.
I like the idea of catered pizzas for the wedding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, I mean, remember, since they're paying for it, you could probably get some specialty pizzas.
Oh, yeah. And then you get some leftover stuff.
And
then a year later,
expensive.
with your cake, you're supposed to save, your cake.
Yeah, so you freeze the pizza, and then a year later you get it out.
You can have that. So if you're in Australia, because I think it's only limited to there, and if you want to try to win the $9,000 pizza ring from Domino's, you can enter there.
Yeah. So time to move to Australia in order to win that ring.
I don't know if you could make that. That's a quick turnaround for the one chance to win the ring. And you have to actually propose to someone. I do think it's only open if you are proposing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Domino's, you just missed your chance.
You're not going to.
No, what I'm saying is that's your commercial campaign. Someone who moves to Australia and has 1 month to find somebody to marry.
To find someone to marry and to completely move there.
Coming to Hallmark, Australia. Becky is in the outback and she's been called home after finally leaving Australia. But then Bill, who's the sheriff / pizza shop owner.
He's the inn owner.
I'm telling you, it's here.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Now, Nikki didn't feel like the trip to Australia may have actually been worth it for the engagement ring.
That's a lot. I mean, you're changing everything for not even a guarantee that you'd win it.
Yeah. So what do you think about this? We're looking at The Takeout. They're a food blog. And this is the headline from their article. McDonald's rice burgers in Japan might be worth the Trans-Pacific flight.
And at first I was like, oh, what is it? But it actually looks pretty good. Not going to lie. I like rice and I like a hamburger bun.
So is it the rice bun?
No, it's like rice formed into a bun.
Okay.
You ever seen like the ramen? You know, like you can take ramen and you can form it into look like a hamburger patty.
Yes,
Not a hamburger patty, but the bun.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so it's like this, but you're using rice and then you're making it into the bun.
I wonder if that's any good.
Looks good.
I mean, they say it's
How
good.
can it be bad? It's rice.
It can be.
No, it can't. No.
But I mean, would it be soft? Or is it going to be crunchy?
I think it's kind of an in between.
Okay.
It's a mushy.
The rice bun called a gohan bun in Japan are made from rice and glazed in soy sauce. Now that sounds fantastic.
Now you're on board.
Rice teriyaki, rice fried chicken, and rice bacon lettuce. I'll have one. You know what? I'm in.
So there's a lineup at McDonald's Japan. So the Grand Teriyaki Burger, the shrimp fillet, which is a fried shrimp patty with lettuce, tomato, and garlic sauce. You can get a pork and ginger burger, which is what it is. And then you can get the rice-based sandwiches as the bun if you want.
I want one.
So that looks good.
The Grand Teriyaki Burger.
That's got you written all over it.
Well, you know what? Here's what we'll do, Nikki. We go to Australia and we propose to somebody. We get the ring. We sell the ring. And then we take our money and that funds the trip to Japan
then
where we're going to get the teriyaki burger.
Hopefully we have enough to get home. If not, that's our new home. And we have to find a way to stay.
We'll figure it out.
But it looks really, really, really good. And people say it actually tastes good, too.
Yeah, I'm in. So, man, we should go.
Just dream about it. If not, close out the article and we'll never think of this again.
Okay, it's fine. I'll just pretend it never happened.
We can try to make our own here.
No, we're not doing that. It won't be any good.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Super Bowl yesterday. Nikki made a spread. You can actually see it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/RadioU Riot.
There you can post what was your favorite food, if you ate anything, and what was your favorite commercial for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It was earlier in the week, though they had some TV spots for it. I watched the trailer for the new F9.
Oh, Fast and Furious?
Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah, how was it?
Oh, man. I am conflicted.
Is 9 too many?
I'm conflicted.
Does it look good?
When they, who is it? John Cena is the villain in this movie. And when John Cena showed up, I was actually like, oh, he's going to be his brother. It's going to be, he's your brother.
Vin Diesel's brother?
Yeah, Vin Diesel's brother. I'm like, please don't do that. Don't do that. Halfway through the trailer, he's your brother. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Of course they did that.
I mean, like, you can't convince me they came from the same genetic stock. Like, I just can't.
Maybe it works when you're watching the whole movie.
Maybe. But the other thing I'll have to say is this is what I love about the Fast and Furious movies is just how stupid they are. I love it. But they take it so seriously. Nobody blinks. Nobody's like, this is dumb. They're like, no. It's real. Like, we're serious. And at the very end of the trailer, he just jumps off this cliff and his car grabs a rope or something and it like spins out and flips back onto land. And I was howling with laughter, but also kind of cheering. And I was like, all right, I'm in.
Of course you would be. You always watch those.
This is so stupid. I have got to see this. I have to.
Maybe if you use the word stupid, it's not the right word. It's so extravagant or... What? There's got to be something else.
I've told everybody this before. I love absurdity.
That's it. It's absurd.
I love absurdity. It's my favorite thing. It's what I think is genuinely funny, and I just weirdly enjoy it. So
These movies fit right in with that?
They're so absurd. The idea of like, yeah, this is John Cena, my brother. We've done 8 movies and never mentioned. We've only ever talked about my sister. Nobody ever mentions my brother.
Now I have one.
Here's my brother. I have one. It's like, it's soap opera for real. And then and we're going to run the car off the cliff and here, grab this rope so that we can swing the car back around. And I mean, at one point, Charlize Theron shows up in like a stealth fighter? And it was just like, what? What?
Of course.
I was like, perfect. Yes.
You're in.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we want.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but I did see it trending.
It is so dumb that I was like, yeah, okay. I'm back in.
Got everything you want.
It did. It was like when I didn't think the 8th movie was all that great. But again, when they're racing their cars across the ice and there's a submarine, that is absurd. It's absurd. Like cars versus submarine.
Yes.
The submarine's in trouble. Like, sure it is.
So,
okay.
Obi's all set for the 9th one.
I'm back in.
You're listening to the worst of the riot. Radio U.
This guy's my hero.
Isn't he?
He's my hero.
Something special. I mean, you're going to the Super Bowl. You spent a lot of money. You got tickets. You're there. And something happens, and it just happens to be that right moment. Someone catches you, and then it goes viral. And then everybody knows about you.
Wow.
So a guy at the Super Bowl was caught sleeping. I think it was during the first part of it. And he went viral on Twitter. Everybody's basically saying he's a different kind of wealthy. When you could be, I mean, who knows if he spent money on the tickets or if he was giving them. Like, who knows? But I mean, the average cost was about $7,000.
That's for the cheap seats.
For the cheap seats for like the ticket. So imagine you're there, you maybe spent that much. If not, you traveled, you went through a lot to get in, and you're sleeping during it.
This guy's asleep. And can we just give him like a big kudos for the crowd is on their feet cheering. That's not quiet.
It's loud.
It's loud in there. And that guy's just like, I'm sleeping.
So he was sleeping during the first quarter. And yeah, he got caught.
Dude.
Good on him.
Good for him.
He looks very comfortable.
He does. Surprisingly comfortable considering that he's in a stadium seat.
But people are mad because they didn't get to go to the Super Bowl and they would have loved and would have stayed awake during it if they went.
You know what? That's the thing. That's human nature. We'd never appreciate what we have. We only want what the other person has.
That's exactly it.
And so the idea of like, I would have never done that. I would have been decked out and blah, 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 whatever. Like
others were saying, well, maybe, you know, like with traveling, with getting there, maybe he had a few too many already. He was just sleeping it off.
A few too many what?
Like if he was drinking already.
Oh, they don't allow alcohol at the Super Bowl.
Well, he had a little pregame. Little pregame.
Oh, Nikki, I don't
think...
think...
pre-workout?
I've never seen anybody drink while enjoying in the NFL.
In football, I know, it's hard to believe, but
I just
maybe...
I just find that ridiculous.
Someone else said no sleep mask, no earplugs, no weighted blanket. How did he sleep? How is he going to sleep?
Hey, I'll tell you what. Make all the fun you want. Every night, I climb into bed. I put in some headphones. I get under a weighted blanket, and I put on a sleep mask.
That's how you sleep. And they're saying, how could this guy not sleep if he didn't have all his stuff?
Maybe the night before he didn't have all those things, and so he was so exhausted he had to have a little nappy at the Super Bowl.
Could be. And then, yeah, a lot of people brought up maybe day drinking, but for him, it could have just been he was just tired.
Maybe he was just sleepy.
And he just fell asleep.
Yeah.
He seems so relaxed.
He
and
does.
Really put together. Like he just seems, his posture and stuff, he's just taking a nap.
I feel like people pay to feel that good.
And he did.
They're trying.
He probably did pay that to feel that good.
But man, I wish I could sleep like that.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported Radio U.
Nikki, what'd you see at the gym this morning?
I thought it was fantastic. So in case you think, oh, we're making fun of, no, it was amazing. This lady was working out and she was wearing pajama pants, which I thought, oh, that's an interesting
choice.
Workout choice.
She made a choice.
They were Christmas pajama pants.
Even better.
It was fantastic.
Well, maybe to her, like her Christmas pajama pants, like I have old T-shirts.
Yeah. And they move into workout wear.
That's right.
So
eventually they move down to workout wear.
Maybe these pants just moved in after the season.
What do you think? Like, do you feel like maybe at the end of the season she was like, you know what, that's fine. You graduated?
If she did, I think that's amazing. And when I saw them, I was just like, whoa, that's perfect. It was quite a statement.
What was she doing at the gym?
I just saw her walking around. I didn't see her.
Oh, okay. So like you didn't see her on a machine?
No, she was, I think she was done working out.
Okay.
So she was coming in. I looked down. I was like, that is Christmas.
So do you think she worked out in them, or did she like take a shower and then put them on?
No, I think she worked out in them.
Okay. One of the frustrating things as a man, and I realize this, like, you know, there are things that men get away with that are ridiculous that women can't. But one of the things that women can get away with that men can't is they can just show up places in their pajamas. And it's totally acceptable. In fact, it's not even acceptable. It's cute.
The printed
and
pajama
celebrated.
pants?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one you're talking about?
Like, if I showed up in my pajama pants and, like, sandals, people would be like, look at this loser.
Slob.
Like, look at him. Like, respect yourself. Put on some clothes. Like, you're ridiculous. Oh, my gosh. And then, you know, I show up in a... like, what do you call, like a undershirt, like a tank top, and it'd just be like, look at this loser. A girl shows up in a tank top and her pajama pants, like, she's cute. Can I get your number?
She's just having fun today.
I just want to, look at how fun she is. She's great. She's got her hair up in a ponytail,
You're
and she's just picking up the pizza.
You're never going to be able to win on that one.
No, never. That's what I'm saying is that I'm not here to argue gender politics. There's unfairness. There is, but there's also unfairness.
Someone else was doing the rowing machine, and she was wearing her like full like winter coat while she was doing it, and I thought that was odd. But I know why people sometimes come in like wearing lots of layers to kind of like sweat it out. But it was like your daily winter coat, or it felt like a bit much. So I don't know what everybody was doing with their clothes today.
It's crazy town.
It is.
Especially on a rowing machine. Like
you think it would hinder you with being uncomfortable, but maybe it was worth it just to get some more sweat out.
We just got a text from Val. She says, worked out my pajama pants on my treadmill at home last night because I didn't want to create more laundry.
Good call.
Going public would be a bit more challenging.
This person was fine. And again, it was her positive attitude about it. Like, she just didn't care, that I think made everybody okay with it.
Oh, I do think there's definitely you set the vibe to a certain extent.
And they were Christmas too. It's like, wow, it's a bold print.
I wore a Christmas t-shirt the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, it wasn't even ironically. I was just like, whatever.
Just a t-shirt. I
was like, I'm just putting this t-shirt on.
Did you put your vest over it or something? Or
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't walking around in like that t-shirt and shorts or something, but you know, whatever.
You can wear what you want to wear. Is that what we're leaving everybody with?
I mean, like, you can.
Girls can wear whatever they want to wear.
They can.
Not
I mean,
you.
like, guys cannot. Like, I will tell you, like, we, again, argue about all kinds of different things, but one thing's for darn sure. When it comes to fashion, women have way more room to work than men do. And you're like, well, you can wear whatever you want. Yes, of course you can. However, society judges you. They do. And you're like, well, who cares? Apparently I do.
Worst of the riot. Radio U.
Calling all pet lovers. All of you. Do you have a favorite pet? Like a favorite gerbil? I had a friend like who had a guinea pig.
Yeah.
That was one I didn't get. Like when we were kids, he had a guinea pig and it was just like, why do you want that?
Maybe they don't have the space or the time for like a dog or a cat, and maybe that's something they like.
They have a guinea pig. Like, okay, all right.
I mean, they're at the pet store, so people must get them.
Hey, if it's there, you buy it.
That must be something.
But Nikki, as a pet owner, you are no doubt a card-carrying member of the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
I am all for the right treatment of animals, yes. Sure. But I don't know about 100% how PETA does all that.
Well, Ingrid Newkirk, the president of PETA. PETA? PETA.
Yeah.
She has a little something she would like us to be aware of and to start doing. You need to stop calling your animals pets.
Oh, is it degrading?
It is degrading.
What do they say you're supposed to call them?
That makes an animal sound like a commodity or a decoration. Ingrid says animals are not your cheap burglar alarm. No, they're not. They're way more expensive. It'd be way cheaper to just install a burglar alarm.
Maybe are they saying like you should call them like family members? Companions.
So this is my companion. These are my companions, but you can't refer to them as pets because pets, like that shows ownership.
Well, I mean, you are in charge of the pets.
Yeah, I do feel like when you start to
don't
really
have free run.
look at it, I feel like there's a breakdown of the term. It's just interesting. Like there's an idea of do not in any way refer to animals as less than humans. So that's to me where there's the breakdown of like, do you consider animals to be less than humans? Guess what? I do. Controversial, I know.
Well, I think you're different, though. You still don't look down on them, whereas there are a lot of people that treat pets poorly and look down on them because it's not a human. So I think that's probably what they mean. They want you to treat them better.
You don't need to. I don't think there's anything. I don't want to say this. I don't think you need to treat your pet like give it a room and a college education. Like, I don't think you have to do that, but you don't have to be mean to them.
But you need to treat them right.
Yeah. You treat like they're a living creature. They deserve some respect.
Absolutely.
On some level, but I still own it. If it breaks, I have to fix it. And by the way, my dog, my companion, I don't go to it when I'm sick like, you're going to have to drive me to the hospital.
It's not like
and look,
that.
Can you pay the bills for it? Can you pay for it? I can't pay.
Well, have you ever met someone who's like, they shouldn't have pets and they just treat them poorly because like, oh, it's just a pet.
Right.
So that's what they're saying should not be our attitude towards it.
Right. They want us to see them as companions.
Companions, your little friends.
Right. So guys, watch your words. All right. The next time I hear somebody refer to an animal as a
Call
pet,
them out on it.
I'll be like, oh, really?
Have you heard this? Because you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to. You mean your companion?
How dare you?
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Man, I just wear what I like on my sleeves. I want to watch Fast and Furious 9, even though it's just going to be so stupid.
Well, you're just going by the trailer, and they made it flashy.
And you know what? I want to see the new James Bond movie. I want to. So
that has a trailer, doesn't it?
I think it got a new one.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked at it yet. I know that they said last night or sometime yesterday, the new movie is 2 hours and 54 minutes.
The new Bond movie is?
What?
That seems a bit long. Because our theater will actually to the dot have like 30 minutes of trailers.
There's
not
so
even
much.
Commercials. It's usually 30 minutes of trailers at the start time of what you think would actually be the start of the movie. That's a lot to sit through and then go through a pretty much 3-hour movie.
Well, now that like all the theaters that we go to do assigned seating, I pretty much just don't show up on time anymore.
I know, but I still get nervous. Like something like
somebody's going to take your seat.
Yeah, like something's going to happen.
I get that.
And I mean, everything's going to be all right.
But I just find myself doing that where I'm just like, you know what? I don't need to watch because I do love trailers, but I mean, like there'll be 15 minutes of just flat out commercials before the movie starts. I'm like, I don't need to see your commercials.
Yeah, to do that.
At least take me to the trailers, which, by the way, are commercials.
So Billy texted in, said the new Bond trailer looks freaking sweet, and F9 looks cool, too.
Okay. All right.
Then he was asking, is John Cena supposed to be a villain in Fast 9, which you mentioned earlier, and you said yes.
Oh, he'll be a villain for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's going to find out that he's been wrong the whole time, and then by the time it's over, John Cena and... what's his name? Vin Diesel are going to be back to being bestest brothers.
Because they want John Cena to see if he could be in like multiple movies. So if he's just the villain, then that's really one. But if it moves into something else, then that's more movies.
And what do? Like they always turn the antagonist into a protagonist. So you had The Rock. He was a cop who misunderstood that they're outlaws, but they're the only ones that are upholding the law. Really, you had to become an outlaw to uphold the law. Something like that?
County law?
County law? So, I mean, the same thing with Jason Statham. He was the villain for like 2 movies, and then they were like, he was actually deep cover CIA.
We fooled you.
What? Like, come on.
So you have that one, but yeah, Bond was the other one people were talking about.
3 hours, though.
What does that make you want to see it, or that's a big commitment?
I don't know. Like,
And it's not as flashy as the F9 stuff.
Oh, it's not, but that's okay, I guess. I don't know. You know what, Nikki? The last Bond movie was not very good.
Well, this one's supposed to be more corrected, for...
What, you mean woke?
Yeah,
or you mean,
it's supposed to be.
Well, that's fine. I didn't think Spectre was particularly misogynistic.
I don't think you're going to see any cars going across the cliff and being pulled back in with a rope like that. I just think it's being more practical.
Well, then why do we even want to see it?
It's a new Bond.
Yeah.
Anthony texted, said he liked the Disney Plus, the Fast 9 trailer from last night, and he liked Sam Elliott's mustache with the, was it Doritos commercial?
Yeah. I thought the, what do you call it? That Disney Plus to me was a winner. I'm super curious as to what those TV shows are going to look like. So I'm on board for that, sure. But James Bond, Nikki, 3 hours.
Thank you.
That's the one movie they made, Quantum of Solace. It was only like 90 minutes. It's 2 of those.
It is. That means they didn't care. They just didn't want to take anything out. They were like, "Oh, it's his last one. Let him have it."
Everybody seems, the big speculation is that he's dead at the end. That
really?
the Daniel Craig Bond will die.
Aw, they wanted to do that with the last one, though.
Well, they said. Who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It'll be interesting to see that what sets the Daniel Craig Bond movies apart is that they're the only ones that are direct sequels to each other. So they are like a serialized story kind of thing. All the other Bond movies are standalone kind of films. And so it makes you wonder, will they kill him off? Because they're going to make Bond movies till you're dead. Like, they're not, don't worry. Like, they're just going to keep making those movies.
Go away, but how do they finish him?
How do they finish this off, and then they'll have to find a new one,
I'm sure
whatever.
they'll make it look like he's dead, but he's not really dead because he has to disappear.
Yeah, okay, that works.
And there'll be like a little wink or a little nod, like at the end, he's still alive.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Nudges, okay.
Because they won't do that to him. You can't do that. He gave you a lot of good movies.
After 3 hours, maybe you'll wish someone would just die so you can go home.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, I don't know if there's a record or a tie, and I certainly don't have any way to keep track of it, but I want you to know that I'm fairly certain that if there's something that I've kept open on my desktop longer.
it's the thing. It's the throw up thing.
I've had this.
He's had this tab open for, has it been over a week at this point? Or when did I send it to you?
It's got to be close.
It's a TikTok of some guy. He's in a bathroom stall, and he's recording someone else in the bathroom throwing up so bad. And that's the TikTok that Opie just keeps open.
It's the part that gets me the most.
Now put it down. And not everybody wants that this morning. And they need context. They need to watch it.
That's the part that gets me every time. This is how I know it's real, because I've often thought that, this guy's he's staging his TikTok. It's not real, because most of what people try to make look like, wow, I can't believe this happened. It's all staged.
It's created.
But the thing that makes me think that this is probably real is the spit.
He throws up so much, and then, yes, okay, we all throw up. And if you do, you usually go, and you spit some of it out afterwards, and that's what he's doing.
That's the part that makes me think that it's real. Because he's just like, it's so bad
that it's amazing.
He's got to throw up, or he's got to spit a little bit to try to.
Are you going to ever close the tab, or are you going to always keep it there?
I don't think
Why don't you just save it as a favorite on TikTok?
I think I'll just keep it right here. Well, because even then, I'm going to have to reach for my phone. I'm already here.
Yeah, you already have it there saved.
I'm already right here on my laptop. It's accessible to me.
I almost sent it to you yesterday. The Super Bowl's going on, and what do you think I'm doing towards the end?
You're looking at TikTok.
I'm just watching something else while I was there. And it's this funny one. It's a mom who every night when her daughter gets home from work, she's always supposed to wake the mom up just to let her know that she's home. But her mom wakes up like super scared every time and just like every time. And so she made a compilation of the mom waking up every time, and it's hilarious because she's like, I want to see it. I should have sent it to you. I know I should have.
It's not too late. Find it for me and send it back.
I will find it. But it was perfect. It was just like, that's amazing.
Okay.
Why don't we have any of those fun things we can make into them?
What?
Well, it just would have been nice.
It's not. I don't need. You know what? I'm okay if my life's not full of that, just so I can watch other people's.
You can enjoy that more.
I'm totally fine with that.
Well, I'll find it for you, but your other one's still your favorite.
Okay.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
So, Nikki, my plan for either, maybe not today, it might be tomorrow, but I'm replacing a fridge water line.
Woo! What are you doing over there?
I'll tell you, it's just so exciting.
Stop partying, I told you, so hard.
Here's the thing. I need to have ice, okay?
Oh, I know you do.
That's what I'm finding out is I'm very dependent on ice. And there's no ice in the refrigerator anymore.
Aw, so what do you got to do?
Well, okay, it starts by lifting the access door and pushing them, the little knobs, not the knobs, but like the tabs.
Yeah.
To the left and right, depending on the side. Then you remove the access door.
So wait, what is the problem with your ice maker?
My water line keeps freezing up.
So you don't get...
Well, there are 3 possible reasons why that might be happening. So I'm going to fix all of them only to find out that it's a much more expensive thing.
Are you sure you shouldn't just call somebody, or have you feel like you troubleshooted enough to where you could...
I feel like maybe
you
I can
try
do
it.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just, sometimes what happens.
Nikki, I'll tell you, there's something that you may not be aware of, but YouTube is so good at instilling a false sense of confidence. You're like, I can do this. It's so
totally
easy.
Look
at the man in the video. He did it.
You can fix all 3 of the possible problems.
It is. Yeah, that's right. So the part was $50, and I could go, I love this. They're like, for $7 shipping, it could be there in a month. Or for $10 shipping, it can be there in 2 days.
Oh, wow. You went with that.
Which one do you want? I'm like, I'm trying to save money. I'll just wait a month with no ice.
What are you going to do until then? Get a bag of ice
suffer.
Or get the little tray things? You could
I meant
fill
to
that
buy
up.
a bag of ice, but I forgot. I don't remember anything ever. Like, you guys don't understand. I don't know if it's like a mental thing or what, but like I can't remember stuff.
No, it's one
and
of your charms.
I've never been able to. So like,
you can't recover from that.
If you say to me like I went to a gas station and I was there and I was there to get gasoline and ice. Those are the 2 things that I was there for. I came back with gasoline, a large soda, a hot dog, and I ran into somebody I knew.
That's why you got distracted.
And then when I got home, I was like, I don't have any ice.
No, you did. It was in your soda, and you just couldn't. You should have saved the soda ice.
I can't. And if you're like, oh, he's an old man. No, I've been this way my whole life.
Why don't you take a baggie and fill up some from the fridge in the break room and just take it home?
This is my bag of ice.
I took it from work. I used to be like, you're stealing office supplies. You're like, no, you're stealing ice.
Man, I left the ice in my car all day, and I don't know where it went. It's freaking ridiculous. I hate it here. People are always stealing my stuff.
So you're going to work on that in the next day or 2? I cannot wait to hear about the adventures of your ice machine.
What if I just fixed it and it just worked? Like, what do you think about that? The guy in the video had no problems doing it.
Yeah, but again, what if it's not that problem? What if it's something else?
What if it is?
You're going to have a great time. Why don't you just set a camera off to the side and just record
just let
it?
people watch?
You can do a time lapse and break in when there's problems.
I should just put it on my Twitch channel.
You should.
Like, hey, guys, I'm working on my fridge right now.
I think people would really like watching that.
You guys want to hang out and watch me work on this?
Keep me company, and then if someone knows what you're doing wrong, they can watch it while you're doing it.
I'll tell you what's funny about that is I watched a streamer that I like to watch. He was working on an old arcade cabinet, and I was playing games, and I was like, this is weird. So I just left it on. I was playing Xbox, watching this guy work on an old arcade cabinet.
You could be that guy.
But a fridge and a frozen water line.
That is compelling content.
I'll tell you what, I'm already having fun just thinking about it.
I can't wait. So when can we expect this? Is it a today thing or a tomorrow?
Well, it's not going to get here today.
So you're still waiting on the part?
Still waiting on the part, yeah. But you know what, Nikki? I got an idea. Why don't you make some steak tacos and a trifle, and you come over and we can do it together?
Actually, just let me bring a bag of ice.
That would actually be a lot better.
You'd appreciate that more.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So if you're a video game player, it's a big year for video games. You got a PlayStation 5, You've got an Xbox Series X.
So do you say it's a big year for games or just for consoles? Because it doesn't always mean they're going to give you enough good games.
Well, look at the astute observations and data analysis coming from the other side of the desk.
One is not the other, so.
Nikki's actually telling you the truth. But one of the reasons it'll be a good year for games themselves and not just consoles is that a lot of these games are going to be like for the current consoles, but they'll play on the new ones. So this year you've still got Avengers, Cyberpunk, that Final Fantasy VII remake. What else? Did I say Cyberpunk?
List? You did.
There's a couple more, but every time I do this, I'm like, well, which one was it? Was that this year? Is that next year?
They pushed some back, like several of the more high-profile ones, so they were supposed to be already out, but they'll be out sometime this year.
You got Doom Eternal, and then there's something coming out in April I was interested in. Okay, all of that to say, one of the things that I do keep hearing people say is that, yeah, new Xbox, new PlayStation, but did you hear about the new Switch? I keep hearing rumors of a Switch Pro.
A new one?
That would come out later this year.
We talked last week about the Animal Crossing.
Right.
It's a pretty one.
It is pretty nice.
That official Switch, but this would be a new version.
This would be one with upgraded interior stuff. So like higher resolution, faster this, better that. So think PlayStation 4, and then they had PlayStation 4 Pro. So people have been calling it the Switch Pro. Nintendo came out over the weekend and they were like, how about no?
It's a Switch Pro no.
Pro no.
Because they're not getting one.
Pro no.
Now, is this just not a this year thing, but maybe in the future?
Well, I mean,
they're not saying.
Could it come out next year? Maybe, but they are adamantly denying that this year you will see a Switch Pro.
I feel like it feels like the Switch has been out for maybe longer than it actually has, but I'm going by my feelings, and I feel like that instead of a Pro version of the Switch, you should be at least talking soon about an updated, new version? Thing. Yeah, something newer than just a beefed up version.
I mean, one thing that you could do with the Switch is that if it was able to, let's say, put out like its current graphics, but like in 4K.
Sure.
So it's not like it would really, all it would do is just display it at a higher resolution or something like that. Though, arguably, if you have a 4K TV, it has a scaler already in it. And so you're probably already seeing, et cetera.
But at least according to Nintendo, if you're waiting for a Switch Pro, that's a no.
They're saying no. And of course, was it last year they put out the Switch Lite, which...
I even forgot about that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not what we want to do, guys.
Listen, if you're going to give me something, I don't want the smaller version.
You want it to be better.
I'm here to get the big one.
Bigger is better.
Yeah. At least when it comes to this, it certainly is.
That's true.
So it looks like that's a no. So if you've been holding out for that, it's time to go ahead and stop waiting. Looks like you'll probably be okay.
Well, maybe if you've waited this long, you don't want it at all.
Also a possibility.
Or you already have one and you're fine with it.
I just want a PS5, okay?
That's all you want.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because RadioU exists, and RadioU only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
After 3 hours, maybe you'll wish someone would just die so you can go home.